Jellycats. That is today's Bolo deep dive, although it's not necessarily a deep dive and it's not necessarily Bolo's, because pretty much everybody knows what Jellycats are. They are a toy company set up in the UK in the year 1999, and they combine like really weird and lush fabrics with animals and stuff, and they've become kind of a bit of a collector's item over the past few years, and people pay stupid money for these little cuddly toys. I mean, if you follow my Instagram, you know that I've been picking them up pretty much for years, and the most recent one was a batch of them, and they were like 60p or £1 each, and near enough, like most go for between £10 and £20. That's like an average, fair average kind of like price for them. So if you can get them for £1 and flipping for like 10, 15, it's fine. But every now and then you can come across one or two that go a lot more than that. And I found one. It was a Bashful Imogen like pink bunny rabbit. I'll put it up here. And yeah, I found it for 60p, and it goes for about like 100 quid. It's insane, the market. Okay, so I thought it might be fun if we just do like a top 10. Like a top 10 of styles and like individual ones and like, you know, editions and stuff. And I wanted to start off with these ones because in the land of Jellycat, the bunny rabbit reigns supreme in my opinion. Like, they are the most popular. I think they're the most massively produced animal is the rabbits, and they've done like so many different varieties. It's insane. But I wanted to point out these limited editions ones. These limited edition ones are kind of insane. Like, basically, if you see any rabbit with a weird pattern, I would suggest get it. And I would say if like a charity shop or an individual is asking for, say, like up to 20, possibly 30, get it and try it, because all of these go for over 100, some for £200. I think there's one that goes for about 300. The black and white one in the middle, I think that goes for about 300. Oh, the heart one as well, the heart bunny, that's a very popular one. So just, if you see a Jellycat and it's weird and it's got a weird pattern, just buy it, because you just never know. Okay, so I was going to do just a comforter one, so like number 9 being comforters, but when I looked into it, there are lots and lots and lots of animal comforters. I think one of the holy grail comforters is like a little lamb. There's like one that's over, I think it's 120 quid. But I just wanted to point out these were very frequent. Like, the lamb ones were popular, like the higher price range. These aren't that expensive. Like, the between 40 to £60. I think the pineapple is about 60 quid. And I think the avocado one's about 30, 40, and the strawberry one's about 20, 30. But they were coming up time and time again. These were probably the most frequent ones. Not necessarily the animal ones, but the fruit ones and the food ones. So I wouldn't technically sleep on them. Okay, this didn't surprise me as much. Dragons. Teddies are kind of skewered towards like girls, I have to say. But every now and then, like, they do have boy stuff, but like dragons is like a nice kind of like typical like boy like toy, like to transition them into something else. And when it comes to dragons, they have like lots of green ones. That's kind of like by the by, but they're only like usually between £10 and £20. I just wanted to point out some of these ones. These ones are quite popular. That's the ruby dragon at the far left, and the snow dragon. I think that's a new one. But that is, loads of people are buying that, and that's like 60, 70 quid. Yeah, the one that looks like a cartoon character. If you see this, you have struck gold. This is a holy grail of Jellycats, and it is worth about £400 to £500. I know. This one is from the 1999 edition. That's the launch year of Jellycat, and it looks weird. Look at it. It looks like a rat. Not a rat. It looks like a snake. But yeah, it's a bit hodgepodgey dragon, and it's only like tiny. But these are the sort of things that people will miss, and they won't realise that they're Jellycat. They'll think, oh, it's all the softy ones. No, the weird, freaky looking ones are quite popular. So this is one of my favourites. I'll just move my what's out of the way. Rumpelkindog. That's what it's called. And this one comes up, and it's only like 6 or 7 inches. This one comes up a lot. Like when it comes to Jellycat dogs, I found that Dalmatians was a popular one, or the Spaniel with like the patch on its eye. That's a popular one. But this one was one of the most frequent ones, and it was worth more. It was about, I think this one, they were averaging between £40 and £50, but this one I think was 70 quid. It was 69.99, and it just kind of surprised me because it's really ugly, and it looks like a really like kind of bad put together dog, and people would be like, "Oh, what's that?" Pick it up though, because again, you've guaranteed to sell it, because there was about 4 or 5 that I've sold. But yeah, that was, in terms of dogs, that was probably one of my favourite because it's a gangly dog. Cats are really interesting. There's tabby cats, which are quite popular, but if you want to go for like the big Bolo kind of holy grails of cats, these ones, this is the ginger one and the Merry Day one. And I'd also suggest the grey tabby cat one. There's like a grey blue tabby cat one, like a Fuddle Wuddle, I think it's called. That's the series. These are insane. Like they go for over £130. If you know, you know. And these ones are definitely like the most unassuming of the cat jelly cats. Polo necks. Now you think polo necks, it's like, yeah, and it does kind of, it goes up to the heads and everything. These ones can range from, like, if you look at the bottom, they're probably about that big, but some can be a bit smaller as well, and they basically fit in the palm of your hand, and they're like little beanie ones. Now, the spider one, I just have to point out the spider one. It's so freaky looking and yet so adorable, and it goes for about one is sold for, I think it was like £180. Other ones aren't so much. Like the dog one, I think that was like £40 or £50. And same with the rabbit. The frog one, I just want to just pause it and have a guess. Just pause it and have a guess, and don't cheat. Just it's insanity. This one sold for over £400. That's 400. It's like, who's paying that much for something? I just don't get it. However, these are really. It just goes to show, like these ones, like I think it's not just individual Jellycats that can do quite well. It's styles, the styles of Jellycat and the varieties. People want to collect all of them. And that's Blossom. Blossom is probably one of the most famous Jellycat varieties. Like everybody knows what it is, I think now. Most people do. It's look at the ears and the feet. It's got some floral patterns on it, and it can come in any certain size or variety. You've got an elephant there, you've got rabbit, cat, bunnies, little mice. So there's a collection up there. So just check the ears, and any sort of colour, you're looking at between £20 and £50. Some can go a bit higher, like the bunny, the magenta pink bunny. I think that's about £70 one. So they can vary, but always check the price, and if it's worthwhile, just get it. I don't think I can stress this enough. Like if there's anything like exotic or anything like weird when it comes to Jellycats, pick it up. I picked up a walrus one for, I think it was £5, and it had its tags on and everything. It was basically new. I put it up for 70 and it sold for around 50. So it's just, that's, you know, when it comes to weird ones, that's really good. I think the whale, is it Wilbur the whale? That's like an anteater, like an aardvark. Snakes, they were about 50. However, there are some outliers, and this is probably the biggest holy grail of them all. This is a platypus, and you've got to make sure there's 2 different types of platypus. There's a lying down one. It's not worth that much, probably about 30, 40 quid. And there's a sitting one, this one, about that big. This one I sold a few times, I've seen, for about £400. I always go, like, it's crazy what people spend, but then fads are fads. You know, collectors are collectors. They'll pay whatever they want. They'll pay whatever they need to complete their collection. And, you know, Jellycats are no different. This is crazy. But the platypus, not only is he so unassuming, and he just reminds me of a Psyduck out of Pokemon. But it's just, it blew my mind when I saw that. Just a general rule of thumb. Frogs. Certain species do very well. As I said, the bunnies are everywhere. The frequency, the weird and wonderful ones do amazing, and then the generic ones kind of do middling ones. But as a rule of thumb, buy frogs. Frogs, I don't know what it is, but I don't know if they didn't do as much of them, but they are starting to become a real holy grail, like Bolo, like. And I have to say, I'm kind of like blown away. There's some generic ones, like you're talking anywhere between £50 and £100 for like generic ones. Obviously, we've already done the peekaboo turtleneck one. Corduroy ones, they're good. You're looking at £40 to £60. This one in the middle, though, his name's Fergus, and he's definitely a holy grail. Now, I've seen a few people pick him up, so there's not much of a shortage, although there probably is when you come to think about it. But if you put in Jellycat Fergus frog, it'll come up. You're looking at, there's some people that have got £450, but there's some people that have got £600. £600 for a teddy. That's how rare and how, well, not how rare, it's how sought after he is. That's how sought after he is. Up to £600. I'm going to cheat and say the number one thing you should buy when shopping for Jellycats, obviously. Buy brand new. Anything with the tags. And I'll just show you why. Look at that. Now, obviously, it could be the style. It could be the type. It could be just it's collectible. But brand new, they can command an extremely higher price. £1,200 for a teddy. Huh? An actual bear called Nugget, £999, short of £1,000. Amphibious Fred, £799. Okay, there's another frog. Dozy Doe, £459. There's those special rabbit. A crow. A crow. £385 for a crow. But because it's new, people want new. A little smudge monkey, £275. So if you've got one with a tag, I would definitely suggest just buying it and putting it on eBay. I mean, look at that tiny little mouse. £255 because it's got its tag. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.